Loan Officer Freedom Podcast.
Yes!
It's not Loan Officer Bondage or Incarceration Podcast.
No!
It means you're free.
Freedom!
It comes every week or so. It's Carl White, the Marketing Animals. Check
Good
it out.
stuff.
Good stuff. All you gotta do is click this banner right over there or Facebook up above.
Free.
Now, his name is Anthony Alexis. That's kind of, like Steve Stevens, Anthony Alexis.
I kind of like it.
Maybe he goes by Tony.
Tony Alex.
Anyways, or Tony. Remember them. Anyways, okay.
Anyway.
So, Anthony or Tony Alexis, he is the enforcement chief, guys. The enforcement chief at the CFPB.
Ooh.
The enforcer.
I'll bet you that job was fun before 2015 when everybody started fighting back against the CFPB. Okay, anyways, Enforcement Chief Anthony Alexis is stepping down from his role at the CFPB.
Why?
Now, who knows? Well, some people are speculating it's because Richard Cordray is going to leave and run for the governor, but we have our doubts that that's going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, others like him have speculated that the enforcement chief doesn't want a tainted record, which he's gonna have when the CFPB loses the PHH case and the Aquin case. Cases that the DOJ are assisting in on behalf of the defense, not the CFPB.
Yeah, you can't really lose sight of that. That's huge.
Yeah.
So get out while, he's still on a winning streak. I think everybody can understand that. Yeah. That makes sense to me, at least. Now, others are saying that he may want to return to big law. Oh. Not little law, but big law. Yeah. So again, what's that?
Well, what's that is, before Anthony Alexis became enforcement chief at the CFPB, he worked at the law firm of Mayor Brown. Now, Mayor Brown is a big law firm because one case they're working on is fighting the CFPB on their arbitration rule. I guess that's the past tense as the House and the Senate just threw it out.
Right.
But interestingly, Cordray is sticking around for arbitration, so they say.
Right.
And his enforcement director was working against a CFPB rule up until he was recruited by the CFPB to play for the other team.
Well, that's what really happened. So this guy was on the other side of the arbitration rule till he came over to the CFPB,
right.
And now he's hightailing again. This arbitration rule's got a lot of hands in it right now.
It does.
So what this tells us is there's dissent at the CFPB. The director's role is in question and is going to be out in 8 months at the latest. And now his right-hand man, the enforcement chief, who used to play for the other side, is leaving just days after the House and Senate blew up the CFPB enforcement rule that his ex-company was fighting against. It's a soap opera.
All the while, the CFPB is staring down the barrel of two lawsuits, Aquin and PHH, that they cannot win.
No.
We're hoping anyway. So the same Congress that created the CFPB threw out their latest rule and is now fighting against them on these cases.
Now, my favorite part of all of this, guys, is everybody right now who's working at the CFPB, they're going to get fired before July or on July, right? And they're going to have to take other federal jobs as civil servants, and they're going to all take a big pay cut.
Really?
Now, why is that?
Yeah.
Remember, that's one of the problems with the CFPB.
Yeah.
They're off the books. They have overpaid all of their employees more than what their counterparts in the civil service get. So I'm telling you guys, the CFPB right now, it's a Titanic, and they've yet to identify that little floating white object right in front of them.
The Mortgage Bankers Association announced yesterday that it expects to see $1.2 trillion in purchase mortgage originations
That's a lot.
during 2018. That is a lot.
That is a lot of money.
A 7.3% increase from 2017.
It's good news.
In contrast, the MBA anticipates refinance originations will decrease by 28.3%.
That's the biggest number here.
From 2017 to approximately $430 billion. In total, mortgage originations will decrease to $160 trillion in 2018 from $169 trillion in 2017.
Okay, so purchase market's going to pick up a little bit.
Yeah.
Your refinances are going to go down a ton.
Yeah.
Literally 1 out of 4 is going to be gone. And this really kind of dovetails into a story we did a couple of days ago talking about HELOCs.
Yes.
What we said before. People aren't refinancing out of their 3.25%, 3.5%
Right.
30-year fixed rate loans.
No.
So the purchase market business is going to be okay. But keep in mind, we are still far below industry standards in terms of the volume that we're doing. Though house prices have continued to increase and the market remains hot, we are in something of a production recession when it comes to loans because we're simply not doing as much as we had in years past.
Right.
What this all tells us, it's the same thing that we say all the time here. We got to, grind that knife down, sharpen it up, and go hunting. But when you're hunting, it should be looking at the purchase market business and your seconds.
Yeah, that's the way it is. What do you guys think? Let us know your thoughts on it below. Are we crazy? It could be. But we're probably not. Probably right.
Have a good weekend. I'll be spending my weekend going through the JFK files.
Good for you. All right, you guys have a great one. Forward, share, subscribe. We'll catch you later here at the Natural Estate Post.
Later, skaters.
Bye.